but if there's any like, I don't stuff that you need to figure out or ask questions.
I was listening back to the last one, and I feel like I did not do as good a job supporting Sebastian as I had kind of wanted to as the newbie. So I want to make sure that we are supporting Sebastian in terms of all of the things that he does, so that we're not doing it for him. So
Yeah.
Sebastian, that we will tell you how to do it, and then you'll do your rolling, and you can say the number, so that when I'm editing it in the podcast, it will sound like you're just completely doing it all.
Okay.
Nailing it.
The first one will have a few times where it's like me or Micah like saying the
Who
things
says
for
your
you, and
numbers, yeah.
there's no repeat or anything. So
Okay.
as the producer, I want to make sure you sound amazing, as amazing
Thank you.
as you are.
You
Yes.
make us all sound amazing. So
Well,
You do.
I mean, you make it easy, you guys.
No.
Aw.
Mutual love fest.
just because we meet each
Ah,
other in
I hate
person
everything.
once.
I know. Now we're all besties.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
like this all the time.
It's true.
Consistency.
We have video and audio on the internet, apparently.
Oh, we do.
All right.
Hello, Internet.
Let's see.
Hello, friends.
Calling me. I'm not going to answer numerous. I don't know what that is.
Hmm.
Is that are we live on YouTube?
They just heard you were on
we
the
are,
Great
yes.
American Quiz Show and they have thoughts.
Tony, we
Probably
are
do.
indeed live.
Yes.
We are indeed
Right.
live. All right, let me Mastodon a thing.
Same.
Oh yes, if
Hooray,
you
thank you,
Mastodon
Secret
the
Agent.
thing, I will
Uh,
have you tagged us in it.
Hello, secret agent.
I didn't because I don't know how to do that. Well, I mean, I didn't
I mean, it's
think to.
okay. Well, as soon as I see your thing,
Oh, I forgot to mute the
Yeah.
YouTube that I just
I'll
opened.
I know,
paste the
I do
YouTube
that
thing
too.
in
Uh-oh.
Discord.
Tony's teaching tips with Tony Sindelar.
I have multiple YouTube identities because I'm a legitimate professional.
we're not laughing at that statement. We are.
Aren't
That
we?
was a non-sarcastic.
Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, I'm cross promoting my brand integration.
Yes. Brand.
Sorry.
Did that feel a little gross? You need to go brush your teeth.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, can I make a
Shower.
joke about that? No. So, mm-mm. All right. Well, we got 5 people watching on YouTube. So 4 of those may be us. So yeah, I think
Listen,
everything's
2
great.
people have made messages other than us, so that's good.
Yeah.
That is good.
Oh, we're covered. Yeah. So live stream, we are going to get started in shortly. We are going to be playing. This is our second play session of Lore of Lure Lore of Lurue, which is one of the Candlekeep adventures. So technically there's a session before this that was released as a bootleg that you could listen to, but I'm not going to tell you how to live. Do what you want. Maybe you just want to listen to some D&D that's being streamed right now. Live your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Saturday.
Saturday.
Saturday too. Hi, Kit. We got Secret Agent. We got Girl Phoenix. We got Kit. I feel like
Yeah.
I think we're
I
covered.
forgot to
We're
tell
covered
Kit.
now.
Thank God she figured it out on her
Yeah.
own.
we're covered.
Welcome,
Poor
Kit.
Everything on top of that is, it's just bonus. Players, anything we need to figure out or coordinate before we start the stream?
So many things, but nothing
I
related
guess the stream
to
has
this game.
started before we start the episode.
Oh,
Nope.
you know what? I should tell my mom. She's under the weather, so she
Oh.
might.
Oh,
Renee.
well, if she can tune in, we'd love to have Renee join us.
Yeah.
Yes.
All of my players are recording. The Zoom is recording. The YouTube is streaming. Everything is great in our technology wonderland here. And make sure that I only have one Roll20 tab open. I've been doing a lot of D&D prep right now. I'm running a lot of adventures. Everything's great.
I'm in at least 3 of them, so
There's like at least 3 more. So
Tony.
yeah, one thing got canceled last week and it was like, woo, yeah.
you know when things get cancelled and you feel good, might be
That
telling
means
you
you have
something.
too many things scheduled.
I feel
But
that
what
way
if you always
every
feel
time.
good?
Yeah, what if you always feel that way?
It's still telling me something. It's just something I don't want to confront.
I mean, I think there is the difference between when something Zoom based versus something I have to leave myself, leave my house gets canceled, because it's like, yeah, now I don't have to leave my house. That's the best. Why do I ever do that?
Yeah, I'm DMing again on Friday, and I am super unprepared, and I don't even know where it's going to be. So,
do
you know what you're running?
Fun.
I do.
Just rolling.
Yeah, we haven't played since before the pandemic started, but I'm sure everybody will remember exactly where they were.
Oh, totally. Yeah, no.
Just
people
have them re-listen to the podcast. Oh wait.
Players are great at that, Erica, especially given that since you're running it, you're not one of the players, so they're doomed.
I get tempted to record the sessions that I'm running because I forget people's voices. So I have little notes about what their voices sound like, but then they end up sounding different. And B,
they do that on podcasts too, if you're me.
Yeah.
I just have all my characters have the same voice. And that
I did a million years ago. I mean, where a million equals probably like 15 or so. There were some tabletop sessions that we recorded when a player couldn't be there, and that player was the kind of player who would be like, yes, I want to listen to a 4-hour tabletop session so I don't miss out.
Wow.
And then but also that player was like, but also it's really frustrating to listen because like you guys get things wrong and I can't yell at you, so I'm just yelling at a recording in my car like a crazy person.
Well, welcome to the podcast.
Just like a podcast.
Just like a podcast. Yeah. So
Speaking of which,
all right, I got my iced coffee in my veins.
Nice.
We're good to go.
Good producer.
Welcome back.
There. Sorry.
Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, a Dungeon Master, and today I'm your Dungeon Master in the sense that I'm running D&D on a podcast that you are listening to. I use he, him pronouns, and today we are continuing one of the Candlekeep mysteries, specifically the Lore of Lurue. Allow me to introduce our players. They will introduce their characters, and then I'll remind everybody, you, me, them, of what we're up to. First off, it's Kathy Campbell. Welcome to the podcast, Kathy.
Hello, Tony. I am she, her pronouns, and I am playing Hermione, who also uses she, her pronouns. And she is a centaur fighter.
Also joining us, it's James Thompson.
My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing Nyasa Nightweaver, she, her, who's a high elf rogue who's currently unsure why she smells of damp wolf.
You don't remember what you were doing minutes ago?
No. My character was quite drunk at the time, I believe.
All right, you wrote down a note, smells like damp wolf, read that a month later. And also, you're suggesting that you were drunk minutes ago, but are not now. That's
there was some
magical
sap that we
took.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that sobered you up. Good remembering that. See, everyone remembers the sap. Yeah. Why did the James introductions take so long? Also joining us, it's Erica Ensign. Welcome back, Erica.
Thank you. It's good to be back. I am playing Fratat Ha, a Goliath barbarian. Our pronouns are she, her. Fratat Ha carries around a great big 8-foot-long rug over her shoulder most of the time.
Named Kettles.
Also joining us, it's Sebastian. Welcome back, Sebastian.
Hi, I am Sebastian playing Levin, the rogue forest gnome, and both of us are he, him pronouns.
Thank you, Sebastian. And last, but certainly not least, it's Micah Sargent.
Ahoy there, Tony. I play Ashguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani, known as Lone Walker, a Goliath paladin. He and I both use he, him pronouns.
I could listen to Micah say that name all day.
All the time.
Just put it on loop.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time, Micah. That's what the players
like
want.
A mantra, Ashguri. Lone Walker, Mako Tatahani, Ashguri, Lone Walker.
Yeah, it's like it's very. All right, so what have we been up to in the Lore of Lurue? Well, our adventures have been sucked into a book, specifically the titular Lore of Lurue, a book about Lurue, a unicorn deity. They find themselves stranded, or at least in a kind of mystical woodland. They met some lost satyr bros who they agreed to escort home to their dwelling at Polvath Plateau. There were some hijinks along the way with wolves and berserkers, but you have reached the plateau and have been greeted by a giant talking tree, as you do. I'll share an image of a giant tree with players if they don't know what that looks like. It's like a tree with a mouth and it talks.
Ooh.
I mean,
So-
not every giant
It has
tree looks
it's like
exactly
a
the
horse
same,
leg
so
thing.
this is
Well, this
That's
one
a
is not.
centaur.
I've sourced various visual aids for this that were not provided in the adventure.
Century or
I like this.
So
I want to be its best friend.
oh,
Not Lone Walker, but Micah wants to be its best friend.
let me just remind you of I think I probably read this at the end of last session, but just the description of Poldarth Plateau. Before you stands a maple tree of impossibly large size in the center of an open area nearly 100 feet in diameter. Shafts of light cut through the leafy canopy overhead and reflect off thin streams of water that trickle along and between the tree's gnarled thick roots. As you approach the trunk of the tree, the satyrs gambol off ahead of you, elated to be back in their safe haven. And suddenly the tree seems to kind of shudder and turn toward you. A mouth appears in the bark, and with a guttural noise, it speaks, "Pardon my rudeness for being asleep."
Frittata just gapes. She's never seen anything like this before.
Yeah, I think there's
It has been a long time since I've seen travelers like you in these parts.
As soon as the tree says travelers like you,
yeah.
Frittata immediately says, "Have you seen a traveler just like me, who same height, same complexion, but male? Maybe. I'm looking for my brother."
Definitely not.
She deflates a little bit.
I would remember that.
I think Lone Walker approaches and says, "Is this your glade?"
The glade belongs to us all.
Thank you for welcoming us here. You said travelers like us. What other travelers have you seen, and what sets us apart?
Settle in, everybody.
Yeah. 3 hours later.
You are not satyrs
True.
or woodland creatures. Welcome.
We thank you. Your friends were lost in the woods and attacked. Is this common?
It is not. There are bad things happening in the woods.
Okay.
Pool of eternal spring has been tainted.
You hear
Sullied.
You hear Lone Walker
by
mumble.
Bloodlust.
Sullied by bloodlust. Okay, never mind. Lone Walker was going to mumble. I hesitate to ask this, and then he's going to say out loud, care to elaborate, but that actually helped. Lone Walker is going to look around just to see, because everybody else has kind of been listening and taking it in, so maybe someone else is kind of processing what's being said a little more and might have a question worth asking. So Lone Walker doesn't want to be the only one asking.
Nyasa will ask, what is the location of this tainting?
The spring is tainted.
Specifically, where's the spring?
North of
That's-
here.
Great.
Can we help? Sorry for Tata voice. Can we help? Is there a way for us to cleanse the spring?
That would be greatly appreciated. You are good people.
Well, some of us are.
Up.
How would we go about cleansing this pool?
I know not.
It is not easy to ask this, but given my experiences, this is likely to be a challenge. Is there any aid you or those around you might offer? This is a strange land for us, and we would like to help do what's right. But it would also help to have some form of aid.
The giant maple tree kind of shifts and it turns like 90 degrees, and a bunch of its roots just kind of slowly tear out of the ground. And one of the roots kind of comes sweeping in your direction. It feels almost menacing at first, but then you see that the roots have kind of something kind of like twisted up in them. It looks like a canteen. And the tree speaks again. I can offer this as well as information. Go to Do Light. Speak to Wheel Dolly. Tell him Feanor sent you.
You are Feanor?
I am Feanor.
This seems like a painful posture you are in. So I will quickly ask, what is this offering, this gift you have bestowed upon us, so that I might take it and let you return to a more comfortable position?
I am fine. Really. But he kind of stretches, and there's kind of like the sound of like a lot of kind of like, I mean, it's bark crunching together, but it's a little bit like somebody cracking their knuckles.
Oh, nice.
And he says, please take this potion of giant strength.
Wow. So yeah,
Okay.
Lone Walker,
Which is being offered to Lone Walker, I guess, because you asked.
is this something that gets like, is it attached? Does he pluck it, or is it just he can hold out his hand and Feanor will drop it into his hand?
Yeah, he'll or you'll take
Okay.
it. It was like an object that was it was a physical object that the roots were kind of like holding.
storing. Okay,
It is
cool.
Part of physically part of him.
Got it. So
Okay.
Lone Walker reaches
So
out
it's like tucked in his roots.
and grasps it and puts it into his pack. Just for now, it could go to anybody, but I think Lone Walker will say, Honorable Feanor, we thank you for your aid, for your information. Before we continue where might we find Wheel Dully? You mentioned the Dew Light. Where is that?
Blue light is north of here. Follow the trail. One of the kind of lower branches kind of turns to point north of the clearing. And there's kind of actually like, I don't know if you really was visible before, but like kind of like the tree line kind of like parts in a gentle way to show a path headed north.
Nyasa mutters under her breath. I knew it was north about 15 minutes ago.
I put potion of giant strength in the a link to the item in the
sweet,
the chat there. I will tell you, potions of giant strength come in a variety of giant qualities because based on the type of giant that they have been sourced from, this is your basic hill giant potion of giant strength. Okay. I will tell you, it is a thing that makes you much stronger. In some ways, that might be thematically appropriate for Lone Walker, but also at the same time, it may have a more significant impact on a non-Lone Walker-based character.
Yeah, I think Lone Walker's going to end up handing it off to someone else because he's pretty good to go. It would only raise his strength by 3.
And I will note, some of you, for example, may or may not be heavily impacted by strength-based things, such as, if you're a magic user, having strength for a little while is not going to be a big deal. But it gives you the strength of a giant for an hour is the idea of the potion of giant strength.
So that's table talk. So my strength is 18. Someone else who's like a fighter. Or similar.
As soon as D&D Beyond loads, I can let you know what mine is.
Okay.
I'm mostly.
I believe this would up your strength to 21 for an hour.
Yes.
I'm at 19 already.
Oh my gosh, you're stronger than
everyone here. Super strong, it turns out. Except
then
I think you're not.
Nope. It might be best to be given to Lovin unless Nyasa it would.
The question is if Lovin or Nyasa is going to do anything strength related.
I mean,
that's true.
I do have some strength attacks, but I don't think it would really help.
I'm guessing Lovin that you're mainly dexterity based things, and
yes, me too.
Nyasa, are you mainly
mainly dexterity?
Charisma?
I mean, there is
dexterity and charisma.
I can do my psychic blades as a strength thing, but I'm at 12, so I don't know that it would actually.
I don't know if it would actually do a lot because most of your damage comes from sneak attack and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
So it may making a strong person even stronger.
Yeah, that's
may do a little bit more damage and things like that.
I'll hold on to it, and then at a good moment, I can toss it to one of the 3.
Since we're in the table talk corner, I will also mention
corner.
You have been sucked into a book. You're basically in a kind of magical realm that is inside the book, reenacting this story that's written into the book. It would be fair to assume that magical items that you gather inside a magical book may not exist outside of the book. So this may be a thing you wish to use in this adventure versus saving for down the road.
You can't take it with you.
Holodeck rules.
And it's tricky because look, it's Candlekeep. Some of you, I know it's your first Candlekeep mystery. Some of you have done a lot. There's a variety of rules for Candlekeep. Some because you can there's like 3 types of Candlekeep mystery. Book sends you on an adventure and you just go somewhere, and that's standard adventure. Book sends you to a real place, and if you pick up stuff there, you bring it back with you. It's a real place. Or 3, book sucks you into a demi-plane that only exists within the book, and that's a little bit like holodeck rules. So if you don't use it, you're not going to get to keep it forever.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah,
that's illegal in California.
So no filling our pockets with gold. Okay.
I mean, I could give you. Yeah, in the next clearing is infinite gold that you'll never be able to spend. You should probably spend an hour in game arguing about who's going to carry
Who gets it? Yeah.
Wait, what happens if you eat food here? I wonder.
I'm
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Well, I've been drinking everything.
You asked this after you ate all that sap.
I mean, it did make us feel better while we were here.
Yeah,
I think I think you're fine. So You're fine. You're
You're
fine. Don't ask
fine.
that.
It's fine.
Too many questions. Too
Totally.
Okay, Dr. Tony.
Uh-huh.
This podcast is not a medical advice podcast.
Well, I'm leaving.
For legal reasons, I must tell you, I am not a lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. Why would you even ask that?
All right. Well, I think we head north.
Do
Yeah.
you have any more questions for Feanor?
Hermione is kind of leaning against a tree, just going.
Yeah.
Are you leaning against one of the alive trees or just a tree?
Well,
I
it
mean, they're
hasn't
all
moved
alive, I hope.
since. Yeah,
Well,
it hasn't
true.
moved since
Oh.
she leaned on it, so might be supporting her.
One question. What's your earliest memory, Feanor?
Wow.
I remember being an acorn long ago.
Wait, I thought you were a maple tree.
This is not a tree podcast.
Well spotted.
In this book,
Damn it.
maple
Oh,
trees come
man.
from acorns.
You know what's embarrassing
Got it.
is that like I literally got an award in high school for tree related stuff, but it was like I was on science team. There was a tree event, and like I had to learn all this stuff about trees. But I totally approached it from like the high school nerd I was, where like I crammed and I learned all this stuff, and then as soon as I got the thing, I ejected all of that information from my memory. And it's like I can tell you the difference between like that is a pine tree and that is not a pine tree.
It's a service
literally-
you provide.
I have the forestry merit badge, people, and it's like I can't tell you anything about trees anymore. I'm sorry.
You're gonna need to
All
give that back.
We know
the amount of my life that was built around being good at exams and being bad at life was like a significant era in your life that totally does not set you up well for real life. So,
I didn't know maple trees had the little cool whirly gigs.
Oh, they sure do. Yeah.
love
Yeah.
that.
Erica, patch this in. Whirly gig.
Look at the picture of the Wisconsin forest behind me. There's almost certainly a maple tree back in there somewhere.
Is it Feanor? Okay. The reason why Lone Walker was asking is because he was curious, like, how does this book play out in the demiplane space? Does it go from like the beginning of the earth or the beginning of this earth and the
Probably
creation?
no, but I guess Feanor has been programmed with a memory. I don't know,
would
man. Stop
Feanor
trying to break the
know?
game.
I was trying to break the game. All right.
What
Dang
do
it,
you want?
Micah.
You want Feanor to have like a crisis of like whether
No.
he's real or not?
It's
I just
Feanor-
wanted to see if
it's
it was going to
Feanor-
cause like a and then like everything would reset.
Oh
or what was
no!
going
And then
on.
Feanor is like not, then Feanor is going to go on a killing spree. What do
And
you?
then I get another potion.
that you can't take out of this demiplane.
But I can use it here.
Do we need to tell Feanor that they're in the Matrix?
Do not tell
No.
Feanor that they're in the
Don't.
Matrix.
Let's head north.
All right.
To the north.
All right.
Follow the path.
To the north. A narrow path leads from Polvarth Plateau to the north, wandering its way through densely packed trees. Approximately an hour later, the trees kind of thin out, and you find yourself in a small glen. It's not more than 100 feet across. Hello, Glen. This
He couldn't be here today.
I do have a map of this glen that I have sourced.
Whoa.
This glen is
Ooh.
peppered with colorful mushrooms growing virtually on top of one another. Some of the clusters more than 3 feet high. There's a warm glow that emanates from tiny lanterns that hang from each mushroom, jutting up from the caps of the mushroom. Chimneys made of petrified bark let out little wisps of acorn-scented smoke. The mushrooms sure seem like they're probably homes, dozens of them, for very small creatures. Did this adventure include an image for Dewlight? Yes, it did. I don't know why it didn't include an official image for Feanor, but that's how it works. Here is what Dewlight looks like.
It's so cool.
Oh, so fun.
It looks like a little mushroom fairyland with, little sprites
I
dancing
am
about.
stepping very
Yes.
Yes, there is kind of a clear path through it, though this does not seem like an area that was kind of designed with creatures of your stature in mind, especially, no offense, some of you are very tall. And
I'm
in
very
fact,
offended that you said such
Yeah, I
a
was
thing.
no offense taken.
you know, a range of offenses are taken and not. And in fact, it seems likely that your presence, it would have been hard for people not to notice your presence, and there is no sign of any of the denizens of Dewlight. They perhaps have scurried away at your coming.
Well, Nyasa's going to go and sort of peer at one of these mushrooms and sort of get down at a level.
All right, Nyasa.
While Nyasa is doing that, Frittata just puts her hands to her mouth and yells, "Will Dooley, are you here?"
Nyasa, you kind of, I think you have to like lie down on the ground to get
I've been doing that
with
all
these. They're
adventure,
small.
really.
Oh, okay. That explains a lot.
Wait, you've been prone the whole adventure?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yep. You get down on you lie down in the dirt to look at one of these little mushroom houses, and it's got like a little bark door that suddenly flings open, kind of close to your face, and this little kind of, I'm going to describe him as like a technicolor little owl fellow like stomps out of the door. And he looks you up and down and he says, "Greetings, big folk. I willingly welcome you to Dewlight and suggest that you be on your way."
Feanor sent us. He says hello.
Oh, well, that's a completely different situation. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Dewlight. Can you just be really, really careful about where you step? This is not really a place designed with creatures of your stature in mind.
We'll be careful, don't worry.
Frittata like moves her feet together and like tries to make herself small.
Yeah, Lone Walker's doing the same thing, making himself incredibly small.
I mean, it's not working, but
when Hermione walks, she scoots her feet, like sliding her hooves instead of like stepping, because then there's warning.
Nice.
Thanks, I appreciate it. You wouldn't believe how much property damage happens from big people.
We're insured. It's okay.
That's not true.
Like, no, I believe it.
That's not true, James.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Just lie in every stranger you meet. Got it.
Yes.
I don't feel comfortable with the... And he looks back at Levin and he goes like that. And then he looks back at the rest of the group and says, "Roguish type being our voice."
Hey. I have ingratiated myself with the locals quite a bit.
Being the first to look at somebody.
Well, no, I also drank quite a lot, so
all it takes.
The satyrs loved it.
I say in like the how tall is this creature that we're talking about?
Maybe 4 or 5 inches.
And is Wheeldooley on the ground or like on a branch somewhere?
I guess the art shows him on a branch, but I imagine he just popped out of a little mushroom house, so he's on the ground.
So,
looking at Nyasa, who's lying on the ground next to his house.
So without moving her feet, they're already like they're shoved together. She sort of bends over at the waist and tries to whisper, like to talk quietly but loudly enough to be heard all the way at ground level. Which is not working very well. But she says, Feanor said the spring is sully tainted and we want to help.
Oh, well, that would be appreciated. There have been strange things happening in the forest. Some people think there's signs of a battle brewing. There's thunderclaps at night. Lightning strikes the distance. Really terrible stuff. And it's probably all tied up with that business up at the Pool of Eternal Spring.
Where is that?
Oh, I can give you directions. It's north of here. It used to be a hallowed site.
Okay.
Lurue the unicorn. It was a thought, a site of worship for her. But there've been new people in the forest causing trouble there.
Since when?
Oh, last couple days. Winter solstice is coming soon. I think that's something to do with them.
Oh, I love that band. No, I didn't say that. Or Rajguru didn't say that. Lone Walker is just going to quickly kind of join with Frittata and say, Feanor mentioned bloodlust.
Oh yeah, the people up there, they're very into sacrifice. I think they're followers of Malar, the Beast Lord.
And you don't jive with the Beast Lord, I would
Don't
imagine.
jive one bit with Malar, the Beast Lord. We're into peace and happiness down here. He's into blood, sacrifice, all kinds of dreadful stuff. Don't care for it one bit. No, sir.
Has he always existed here?
No. That's a strange question. Not really sure what you're asking there.
If this is a land of peace and harmony, I am curious if Malar has only recently come about, or at least his followers have only recently come about, or if they have always been here, but perhaps farther away.
They're new here. I don't know. They'd say, or at least maybe there were a few before, but now they seem banded together, rampaging through the forest, leaving carnage and wreckage in their waste, attacking people, blood sacrifices, killing animals. It's all really bad, really, really bad.
Just hopefully, are they all like kind of owl-sized?
The followers of Malar or the people of the Two Light?
Yes.
No, the followers. I just want to know if we're into an owl butchering situation or if this
Owls come in all shapes and sizes, mister. That's a really strange question. Sorry, actually. Owls come in all shapes and sizes, mistress. That's a really strange question.
Nyasa just slowly rolls out the way, I think, of this conversation.
I love that.
I would say that they're the size of you all.
Okay.
Big burly folks, tattoos, axes, face painted with blood, that kind of thing.
What are you saying
It
about
occurs
people
to
with
you.
tattoos?
It occurs to you that not but a few hours ago, you were escorting satyrs through the woods when you were attacked by berserkers rolling out of the wood. You also later encountered, but did not fight, some wounded pack of wolves. So,
Lone Walker says a question that might seem strange, wieldily. Would you happen to have any berries or other items you would use for red pigment?
Can't say I do, mister. Sorry.
I was thinking we could make ourselves look like we're part of this.
Guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You could kill one of you and use the blood.
No.
I mean, okay, look, we don't need a whole body's worth of blood.
Yeah.
Well, you might not.
Like 1 pint.
I mean,
yeah.
I can.
Just their
give you
faces
some.
are full of blood, so
That's true. Each of us could just like do a little hand, like a palm cut. Look.
Yeah. Then all of you are walking around with cut hands. That's great.
The cuts don't last either once you go out of the book.
Oh,
We don't know that.
you really don't know that.
I don't not know it.
I think Micah. I think you're thinking of paper cuts, and those are real.
And they're the
come
worst.
From books.
Yeah.
They definitely come from books.
Yeah, books. The takeaway from Candlekeep: books are the worst.
I'm gonna ask.
Wieldily.
I say, is there a way to go around?
Why do you guys talk so slow? Come on, you're not Feanor here. Keep up.
Rude.
You should be glad that I can use prepositions. You should hear my brother. Is there a path around Dewlight? I'd really rather not walk through.
Sure, I can help you out. Take this. And he just kind of like, he's got kind of little wing arms, but he seems to do a lot of his operating with the world via his beak. And he leans back into his little mushroom house and just like tosses you like a little acorn. And
you sure it's not like a maple whirligig?
It's an acorn this time. Oh, great. Now we're going to have a running joke about how Tony doesn't know trees, which means we can't edit out the earlier.
Yeah.
Tony
At
doesn't know
first I
trees.
was like, I could edit that out and I could make it perfect. And then I was like, hell no, I'm not doing that.
No.
Erica, my greatest friend and my greatest enemy. He says, this will tell you when you're headed north.
I catch it in the middle of my ginormous in comparison, palm. Is it a normal sized acorn or is it an
A
acorn?
normal sized acorn.
Okay.
It's like an acorn compass.
Yeah.
Tuck it into well, actually first I'm going to look at it. Like what is it? Does it spin around? Is it doing anything?
It's just an acorn.
Okay.
What?
Well, I mean, it's an acorn, but it's magic.
How do I use this
device? You'll know.
Eat it.
Oh, great.
I
Cool.
firmly believe it. My wisdom is -1, so I'm like, okay, yep, I sure will.
Yeah. Take whatever strange acorn, strange little owl guys give you. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
When they look like that, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Easily
Would you like
swayed
to
by
come
strange
with us?
birds. I would not. No thanks,
Okay.
but where you're going is pretty dangerous.
Good.
Well, you should probably get going. Woods are dangerous. Might take you a little while. Try not to die.
Thank you. Yeah, is there I'm looking at the acorn and I'm thinking I really wish that there was a way for me to go around this village so we didn't have to tromp through the middle of it. Does the acorn do anything when I think that?
The acorn, you notice, why don't you hold your hand flat, and the acorn, the little crown of the acorn kind of like always seems to point north.
Okay.
So if we like walk into the woods next door,
Yeah.
then we can just go north using the acorn.
Yeah,
Got it.
sure.
Okay.
City people who have never been into a woods before.
I know Woodses.
Mhm.
What was I saying?
So, yeah.
So what did we actually get from talking to Wildoy?
He told you,
An
Wilderly told
acorn?
you, gave you an acorn that totally improvised. He told you to head north to the spring, and he told you that something is happening at the spring with the cult of Malar.
And that it's related to the winter solstice.
Okay, that was
potentially
It's
new,
winter
yeah.
solstice, which is very soon, and there have been strange weather effects at night. Does somebody want to give me
lightning.
a religion check on Malar?
Sure. Oh, this not print well.
Ooh, my -1 gave me a 7.
Oh.
My +2 gave me a 21.
Woohoo!
Wow.
I
Fratata,
know everything.
you are
been around.
familiar
I studied.
with Malar, Malar, the Beast Lord, who is kind of a lesser deity of hunting, stalking, bloodlust, and bestial savagery. He is kind of the like there's a lot of contested things for deities in the world, right? You got your demon kings of undeath versus your kind of more benign gods of natural death. The Beast Lord is kind of the dark side of nature, right? So he tends to be kind of worshipped by hunters and kind of more bestial druid types. He is not into the kind of balance of nature, but into the kind of like the brutal side of killing and destruction. And he, in particular, kind of the image of Malar is this kind of werewolf monkey creature, hanging out in the woods, murdering woodland creatures. He is, known as the Beast Lord or the Master of the Hunt.
All right. And that exists outside of this book as well.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay.
my question
Yeah.
is, I also rolled an Arcana, which came out to 16.
Mhm.
And I'm just wondering, based on what I know of going, from plane to plane and demi-planes and stuff,
Mhm.
as that is it likely that Malar could actually exist here and have followers here, or is this like a fictional demi-plane version of Malar, or like am I getting
It seems
there?
like you are, this kind of, the woods have kind of felt like you've been kind of just pushed and guided forward. And it seems like you are probably kind of like reenacting or following a story about something that was important in the history of the deity known as Lurue, who is a lesser deity, which is Lurue takes the form of a unicorn, and Lurue is is a deity of kind of peaceful, happy woodland spirits, and it seems like there's clearly some kind of conflict between Lurue and Malar, mainly in the form of their followers. So, I don't think Malar is present in this book, but like, the representation of his followers there seems to have been some conflict where a site that was holy and important to Lurue has been corrupted by followers of Malar. And I think because this is in a book that you were sucked into in Candlekeep, it seems likely that this is some kind of, maybe slightly fictionalized, but at least somewhat historical thing that happened that you are kind of like reliving.
Okay. That's
Okay.
like given Frittata's decent intelligence and not so great wisdom, I think it makes sense that it took her this long
Sure.
inside to sort of like come to that realization. It's like, okay, that's basically we're Gumby and Pokey is how this works. I just dated myself, I know, but
It's fine.
So I look around, I stand up and look around at my traveling companions and say, shall we go north? Around the settlement.
Oh, thank goodness. Yes.
All right. Roll a survival check to use your magic acorn to head north.
Oh boy. Survival, that's a -1.
Yep.
Had to be wisdom based, of course. I'm gonna use my butterscotch ripple 20-sided die for this. So that was an 11, so that makes it a 10. See, butterscotch ripple.
Nice.
So you head off into the woods, and it takes you a little bit of time because you have to like skirt through the woods around Dewlight, but then you find kind of on the other side of Dewlight a nice little, it's kind of almost like a little pebbly path leading out of Dewlight, heading to the north. After a couple hours, it changes from pebble into just dirt. And the path gets kind of narrower as you suggest that you're further and further away from where people from Plovarth Plateau or from Dewlight have traveled. And then, after another hour or so of travel, it kind of takes another turn and gets kind of like the woods are just getting kind of darker around you, and it's a little unclear how time or night and day works here in this demiplane inside this book. But it suddenly feels kind of dark and gloomy, and in fact, you as you kind of look ahead, you see some places where like it looks like there's big, kind of cobwebs or spider webs kind of stretched across the path and kind of over the path in front of you.
Nope. Nope.
I have a great, like, Frittata has a great big it's a mace, right? No, it's a maul. It's even bigger. So like basically it's a giant club with a piece of obsidian looped to it with leather. So she's just gonna tromp forward, waving the maul like to basically around and around to just sort of clear out the cobwebs. Yep.
Okay. There are a lot of them, and a maul may not be the most effective tool for clearing cobwebs, especially some of them, I think you're able to get kind of a lot of them that you would walk into, but there's also like pretty thick patches of them just on the ground, so that like, you kind of might have to like jump over them or pull your feet out of them. And at first it's like a little bit like walking on a movie theater floor. Give me a strength check for Tata as you enter the webbed path.
All right, this time I'm using my candy corn D20.
Ooh.
I just bought candy corn yesterday because it's in stock.
I love it so much. You said that was just a straight up strength check?
Straight up strength check.
Well, the candy corn let me down. Real candy corn doesn't tend to let me down. So that's only a 10.
All right. I will actually tell you, it's not that hard. 10. Okay. You're kind of, you get like it's like difficult terrain. It takes some getting through, but you are through the web terrain. Probably your boots may be a little cosmetically damaged, but you've headed down the path. How would others like to deal with crossing this difficult passage?
Wait, I was just
I'm trying to make
following
enough of a
Frittata.
tunnel for my
Yeah,
friends to be able to follow.
how would a whip work
Wow.
for cutting?
A whip would be a great way to bring webs to you.
No, not if you flick it out.
Oh, a whip would be a great way to deliver webs to somebody else.
What about
You're
I was going to say, what about brain knives?
brain knives. You are all free to attempt to do athletics or dexterity checks to use your weapons to cross the web passage.
18.
I would
All
like
right.
to make a torch. Can I do
Okay.
that?
Yeah, I would imagine you have the implements to make a torch in your adventurer's kit ready to go.
Yes, I have oil and I have rope, and I'm assuming there are sticks on the ground.
Yeah, I imagine you might even have some like perfectly like prepared torches ready to go in your kit. So you fashion a torch, and you discover really quickly, Lovin, that the web is basically it just kind of like poofs when you hold a flame near it. It kind of just evaporates quickly in a way where it's not going to spread to the live wood around it, but it'll burn right up. So I would give you advantage on trying to do a dexterity check to navigate through. It's still, the key is like you got to get through it without getting yourself tangled up in the webs. But you have,
I got a 17.
All right, Levin, you are through with no trouble. Lone Walker, you barreled through. Nyasa, Hermione, what about you?
I rolled a 23 on an athletics check.
All right, you are kind of hauling your way through Nyasa. You get through. Hermione,
Or you flip over the top of all of the webs, for God's sake.
Is it dexterity or athletics?
It's whichever you feel like using. I imagine, they look different, right? Whether you're
dexterity would be hilarious because it would have been an 8. But instead I'm going to do athletics for a 13.
All right, you were whipping at webs left and right, clearing a path, and it's it takes a while for you to get just from I don't know. I think it probably takes you, unfortunately, several minutes just to travel 60 feet through this dense part of the path here that's overgrown with webs. But you cut various paths through it and are clear on the other side. And it seems like whatever you did was effective, and none of you got held up by it. And perhaps more importantly, because of how you navigated the web, whatever may have built this web across the path did not seem interested in scuttling out of the trees and feasting on you.
Can I request for future reference?
No giant spiders?
Yes. Or no photos of it. Like we can talk about it, but just don't share it. Like
I'll tell you,
drawing
Kathy, they're not giant spiders. They're spider people. They're totally different.
That's so much better.
Totally
here, let me just
fine.
find a quick picture of these.
No way.
No.
Are they friendly neighbors?
No, I think
spider
she's
people?
serious. I think she does not want to see.
I want to know what I actually am not sure what they look like. I don't think you want to see that.
Okay, cool. Yes. Because
it's
even
like
though
Dan
I
and
can't
snakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who was in the room when Tiff found the
Micah I was in the room where I was
Oh,
talking about a spider, and you even just talking about it, you were like,
Tiff found a spider and like killed it on the couch, and I stood on the other side of the room for about
That was me.
Yeah, you did. Oh,
that was me. Yeah, you were in between Tiff and I, and
That's
the
right.
spider was coming down from the ceiling.
Yep.
But it was really small. I thought it was
doesn't
like
matter.
a fly or something. So I
Oh,
reached
yeah, you
out
killed
and
it with your
squished
your
and then I
hand.
caught the web leading into my hand and realized it was a spider. And Kathy was done.
No
She left
spiders will appear in this adventure. Simply, there are webs left behind.
Hey, Tony, can I make things complicated for you for a moment?
That is your way.
It is my way and my want. So Frittata
And
was
strangely, after all these years, I have never thwarted you. I don't know why. Can't help myself.
Frittata was the first one over, and then I came afterward. And you said that some of them took a little bit longer. Could we say that the 3 of them coming over took about 10 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. In that case,
in that 10 minutes,
Lone Walker sat down on the forest floor and said a couple prayers to Myaleki. And by the time all three, and this is where it gets complicated for you, Tony, by the time all three of the others make it across, you all hear some like traipsing and trampling through the woods to the right of us. And at the same time, you see this like bright blue-white glow. And Lone Walker says, "Worry not, that is for me." And traipsing out of the woods is this gorgeous elk that comes stomping up as Lone Walker has just cast Find Steed. So the complicated thing is that now I'm asking for Tony to find a token for my steed.
Boom.
That's a
1 second, 1 second, working on it. Best I can do.
Nailed it.
Cool. I like it. I like it.
Cute.
You know what? Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Elks are so cool, you guys. They're huge.
Huge.
They're so big.
Micah never tells me about these things in advance, and it's like, here, find an octopus for me right now. This is the price of my friendship.
I completely forgot about I was like, you're going to do this next time, and then I forgot. So I'm sorry.
You know, it
is our way.
Love our
It is
green
our way.
Bambi here. That's
Green Bambi.
Green Bambi's so cute.
Wait,
wow.
Check that out. Apparently,
I
it's
love it.
I forgot I have
moves.
an animated one.
That's more of a moose, but you know,
It's listed as elk.
It is.
Now,
yeah,
here's the tricky thing. I think if I tint it blue, it won't animate it anymore.
That's okay.
So you got your choice of
probably good
animated or
I prefer non-animated for the sake of having it be that blue-green color. And then the only thing is, if you can give me permission to move it, then
oh my God.
I'll be good to go. I know. I'm sorry.
So needy. So needy.
Now you're probably going to want me to copy and paste that token onto other maps. Jeez. All right.
So you all see this elk come out of the woods and just stands next to Lone Walker.
I'm glad you all see the elk as well.
Yeah. Same.
All right.
Thanks, Tony.
Yep. Anytime, Micah. So Lone Walker has summoned a celestial elk to help you out in these challenging woods. All right.
Yes. What's the name? Is please can the elk's name be Moose? Because Kit is very smart.
You can call it Moose.
Okay.
I'll take it.
All right. Would you like to continue heading north?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. As the path continues north, it opens up about an hour later into another clearing, as the woods seem to want to do. And this clearing, the woods look a little unhealthy here. There's some gnarled bushes. Some of the trees look kind of dead or dying or diseased. And there's a couple structures in this clearing. It looks like there's kind of like a rundown wooden shack, and then maybe kind of a ramshackle barn. You see a little wisp of smoke rising from the roof of the shack. And then south of the shack, you see a little stone well, kind of on the edge of the perimeter. And as you get close, you even think you might hear some voices coming from the shack. Allow me to take you to a map that shows you this clearing. I've put you on the kind of bottom left corner of the clearing, so you can see there's the grayed out areas are the two structures. Shack to the north, kind of longer barn-like structure to the north east, and there's a well just southeast of you.
I'm always delighted when somebody uses the word ramshackle to describe an actual
shack. A shack, yeah.
Yep, that just makes me happy, so thank you.
You're welcome. You could fit so many rams in the shackle, let me tell you.
Well, we have an elk. That's depending on the types of ram to elk, the ratio is different.
Don't change the token again.
I'm just imagining some sort of exchange rate system that changes.
Should I stealth up and scope out this place?
Yes.
You should listen.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it would be a good idea to stealth up and listen because I want to know what's
Yeah,
who's
I'm
talking.
gonna go up and see if there's a window or something that I can.
Okay. To the shack, the barn, or the well?
Well, if there's voices coming out of the well, I'm not going down there.
They're not.
So
They're coming from the shack.
I am gonna. Yeah, I think the shack. That seems to be the headquarters of this
The
ramshackle
headquarters of the
organization.
noise.
Yeah.
But yeah, I will see if
All
I can
right.
stealth my way
Now you have to
there.
give me a quick stealth check followed by a quick perception check.
I got a 29 for my stealth.
All right. People are suddenly unaware of where you went from the group.
We're used to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sorry, what was
So
the
you
next one?
Batman away from them.
That perception was that?
Yep.
Perception. Okay, plus 2. 15.
All right. You get up close to the shack, and it looks like there's a couple windows in the shack. The shack is not in great condition. There's like fungus that has grown up the sides of it. It's kind of gross. The smoke looks like it's not coming out of a chimney so much as just like a hole in the roof of the shack. But as you peek into the shack, it looks like kind of like just like a homey little kitchen, and there's an oven, and it looks like there's this creature's back is to you, but it looks like there's a kind of a purple haired elf or half elf working at a counter. It looks like working on some pies and some desserts.
Wow.
Yeah. It looks like it's just kind of like most of the shack is just like a little kitchen. It's definitely on the cluttered side, but
I
yeah.
I have thoughts about this particular shelf. I'm gonna
Shelf?
shelf
Chef elf,
chef
Chef
elf.
elf. Yeah.
Must be magical because for some reason they frosted those cupcakes before they took them out of the cupcake pan.
Now I'm
and
gonna be
I'm
cupcake
sorry.
critiqued.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I can't
Listen,
win.
we don't care, mixing up the trees, and
You
that's
did care
Yeah,
about
fine.
it.
Yeah, but we've moved past it,
We
clearly.
each have our own specialties, and
Yes.
the baking part is like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're very cute.
All
Yeah,
right, Nyasa, I'm going to assume that the chef has not seen you because you were very stealthy. You see the chef working away at their little counter, in his cluttered kitchen. It's probably a little noisy in there, so they definitely have not heard you. Also, you're peeking in through a window.
I mean,
Would you like to stealth back to the group and tell
are
them
they
what you
saying?
shared, or do you want to? I mean, in fact, they unclear. You don't see anyone else in the room, so it's not clear. There definitely were voices, but you're not hearing anything right now.
huh. I mean, they seem cute, so they couldn't be bad.
Of course not.
Oh, my sweet summer child.
I want to say that Nyasa is going to go back to the group, explain what she's seen. I think she's going to go down to the front door and knock.
All right.
As soon
You
as-
head over to the front door and knock.
Frittata's going to start forward immediately as soon as she sees
Okay.
that.
Yeah, you see
you.
I think you all see Nyasa head to the front door and knock. So Nyasa,
Wait, what were you going to say? Sorry. Can you do what, Sebastian?
Me? Oh, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, can I be checking the well at the same time? I
Yeah,
just want to
you
make
can
sure
totally-
they're not like getting rid of bodies that way.
okay. You head over to the well, and it's just a kind of. It looks like it's probably kind of a dry well or a well that has dried out. It doesn't seem like it's active. There's no bucket on a rope or anything like that as you peer over the edge, and it doesn't seem like there's any sounds of water or moisture there. But give me a quick perception check.
I got a 9.
You got a 9. Okay, you're looking down into the well. It looks just like a dry, empty pit. And as you're looking into the well looks back into you in the form of a horrible tentacled beak monster that rears out of the well and attacks your face.
Yeah.
I'm sharing
so
art with
glad
you.
that Hermione went over
Me
to
too.
hang out.
And as you as Nyasa knocks on the door, the elf chef opens the
Elf.
door and looks at you up and down, Nyasa, and says, new friends to add to the pot.
Yeah. Yeah, you want
And
to eat
so
us.
this is how the story of how they provoked two incidents at once. Is this the
Hooray!
end of our adventure? Is this where the end of the story of the Lore of Lurue ends? Murdered by a chef or a weird snake that lives in a well. There's really two ways they could die. To find out what happens to them, tune in next time to Total Party Kill.
I bet we could find other ways to die.
I know. Look, there's a whole third building.
I mean,
Full faith that you can find other ways to die. I believe in you.
technically, we don't know that she's evil yet. There's still hope.
Oh
No, but she will be rolling initiative. So
To help us with
to help you, listeners / live stream. I think we're gonna take a short break, and then we will be back with more Dungeons and Dragons in 5 or 10 minutes. I don't know what people need.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
Let's do 10.
Let's do 10.
Yeah.
James, you want to hit the things?
I'm gonna hit the things.
back to the thing.
Steven is almost to Medicine Hat.
Medicine
Ooh.
How
Hat.
far away is that from where he is trying to be?
Let me see. I think it's like an hour.
Oh, nice. Okay, good.
He's not too far away.
That's good.
Just gonna leave the map open so I can keep an eye on. Although he's gonna stop in Medicine Hat to eat at the Fat Burger.
Oh.
Nice.
They have Impossible burgers there, so
Nice.
it's a good place for him to go.
Yeah, I figured. Things are not looking good at my Whole Foods online.
Oh no!
We're trying to source all dressed chips in the UK and US.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Ruffles did like a test market for a while.
Yeah, and then they
And it
don't
went away.
sell them anymore. Yeah. I can spend $9 to get them from Amazon, which I don't think is a good deal because I'd rather spend
No.
that over like, hey, Canadians, I will pay shipping. Like, it would be cheaper to have you guys ship a box,
Like a whole box. Of them.
like a whole
It
crate
might
of them.
it might not be because Canadian shipping is really expensive and
Ridiculous.
slow.
Is it really?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. But I
Um,
mean, it still could be worth checking.
Yeah. Is the Compliments brand, is this like a store brand?
Yep, that's
Yeah.
just a generic.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I like
which
the
store
Lay's
it is, but
better.
They're the best. Lays are
Yeah.
definitely the best.
So what I'm hearing is we need another 2-day car trip.
I mean, we could meet at the border. You could drive
I was
north.
like,
Yeah.
just throw them across the fence,
Oh.
right? 'Cause there's totally
going-
a fence in Canada.
What's your purpose here? Literally to drop off these chips.
Would you like some?
You know
It's
what?
not
They would get
bribery,
it.
I swear.
When we crossed the border to going south, and they, asked if we had any food to declare, and we were like, "Yeah, we have a whole bunch of all dressed chips." And the guy was like, "How Canadian of you!"
What happens when you declare it? Then do you have
I
to pay?
declare chips.
Bankruptcy. Like, do you have to pay something? Are you just saying you have food? Like,
I think if it passes a certain amount of like value,
If you were in a
then
truck
we
of
might-
stuff,
Yeah.
they might.
yeah. But
know.
also,
Are they
like,
probably
if
more concerned about fruits and vegetables.
fruit
that could
and
have face.
cheese and
Yeah.
nuts. Like those are the things you're not allowed to bring, so they
Oh.
would make you dispose
Peas?
of them at the border. Yeah. Well, at
Peas?
least that's going the other direction. You're not supposed to bring cheese into Canada. Our dairy industry is like legit. You
Wow.
guys, they are serious about their dairy.
what's with
so-
nuts? Like, why can't we?
Well, if they're like prepackaged and sealed, that's fine. But
Oh.
there's something about fresh nuts, so I don't know if there's like diseases or like
Got
if
it.
they could be like bugs or pests or any
So
of that kind of
alcohol's
thing.
okay?
Yeah, up to there's a certain amount you can bring in per person before you
Got
have
it.
to start paying like customs and duties fees and stuff on that.
And then I know that you said the don't ask and it's not funny, but do you know anything about, like, are you able, because we have maple syrup from Canada in the US, so people could just bring it over the border too? Or
I think
is-
so.
I don't think
I don't-
it's like
I'm
a,
just not
a
sure.
banned substance.
Mhm. And that's also like that's a very much sort of in central and eastern Canadian thing. Like we don't have a lot of maple trees here. Like certainly not sugar maple.
Yeah,
in
not
the
enough
same way that they
acorns.
do.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
those acorns.
See, now I owned it.
Yes. Reclaim that power.
Yep. So all I know is that as long as I don't have more than X number of liters of cans of Wollersheim Distillery brandy old fashioned sweets in cans when I cross the border north into Canada, I'm okay. I still have 4 cans left in my fridge from the last trip like a year ago because I
Good.
don't want them to be gone.
Wow.
Taste of home.
Okay, I think we're ready.
All right, we'll do it.
That was this session, talking chips and things.
Chip talk.
Chip chat.
Yep, chip chat. There you go. That's
I
why.
like it.
That's why Mike is a professional.
It's-
Yep. This week in
Mr.
chips.
Sargent, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
reference.
Welcome back to Total Bar Hill. It's me, Tony Santalar, a dungeon master. I use he, him pronouns, and today we are continuing the lore of Lurue, one of the Candlekeep mysteries. We are joining our players in the heat of battle, or at least the pre-heat of battle. It literally just started, and they've rolled initiative, and I will have them introduce themselves in initiative order. I'll give them a quick reminder of what they've done that has caused them to get into this situation, and then we will find out what happens. First up in initiative order, first up in our hearts, it's James Thompson.
My pronouns are he, him. I'm playing NASA Nightweaver, she, her. She's an ex-assassin, but like many of her exes, it's less over than she would like to admit.
Next up, it's Kathy Campbell.
Hello, I'm Kathy Campbell, and I am playing Hermione, a centaur fighter, who is very glad that she went to go help our little buddy Levin check out the well.
Mm-hmm. Also joining us, Micah Sargent.
Ahoy, Tony. I play Ajguri Lone Walker Mako Tatahani, known as Lone Walker, a Goliath paladin, and his newly summoned celestial steed, who is called Lunareth Lightstrider Mako Tatahani, but will be going by Lightstrider. And she is a celestial elk. Lone Walker and I use he, him pronouns, and Lightstrider uses she, her pronouns.
Also joining us, it's Erica Ensign.
Hello, I play Fritat Ha, a Goliath, a barbarian with bright red hair and a great big 8-foot long rug over her shoulder. Our pronouns are she, her.
And last, but certainly not least, it's just a result of dexterity checks. It's Sebastian. Welcome back, Sebastian.
Hi, I'm Sebastian playing forest gnome rogue named Levin, and I'm currently getting my face ate by a octopus that lives in a well.
It's true. So what happened? Our adventures have been sucked into the demiplane that is created inside the book, The Lore of Lurue. It's the name of the adventure. They are looking for some kind of a spring where there is some kind of conflict between Lurue, goddess of woodland creatures, and Malar, the beast lord, an all-around not so great deity. On their way there, they have stopped in a clearing with a weird ramshackle shack and a sad little well. And our adventurers, briefly split up. They're still within eyesight of each other. One half headed to the shack to talk to what they thought was a friendly elven chef or chef elf shelf, and the other two folks went to just poke their heads in a well and make sure it wasn't full of dead bodies. That's what they said, and it was not full of dead bodies, but it was home to a creature that some might know as a grick. It's this kind of snake octopus beak monster. Imagine a snake, but then at the end where a snake head would be, there's a giant beak, and around the beak 4 mean looking tentacles, and that is what is currently attaching itself to Lovin's face. Excuse me. The Grick is going to get a surprise round because I think everybody was surprised at the Grick, or at least Lovin was surprised at the Grick attack because the Grick is very stealthy. It can look like stones when it needs to. And so it has just launched itself out of the well at you. It is going to start off, it whips at you with its tail.
Wait. Just really quick. I remember when I was helping Sebastian set up the character, Lovin might not be able to be surprised. Can you look into
Is
that?
that true? That would be a big effect on what's about to happen.
Look under features and traits. I think that's where it was, near the bottom. I wish I had your character sheet. I could get it too.
Falling.
Oh no, your hair is falling.
The sky is falling.
I am looking. Sorry.
No,
That's okay.
don't.
Take your
fine.
time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Erica says,
That's the beauty
"Chill,
of
just
editing.
cut it out."
The longer the gap, the easier it is to just.
That's true. You can just see the quiet.
And then I ruin it by singing.
Not ruin, just improve it.
Enhanced.
I'm pretty
All right.
sure you're right, but I can't find it.
I've got your character sheet now in front of me. Let's see. Score
It's always good to have a D&D caddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Please bring me my character sheet.
Yep.
I'm finding out so many things about my character reading these traits that I did not know.
James, you've had that character for years.
I know, but it was
What
like,
level are you?
apparently
Oh,
I don't
that's
need to
right.
sleep.
Okay. No, you ended up taking the one that does not provoke opportunity attacks. So, yeah.
Cool.
All right, so you're still surprised? Is what I'm getting.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I was not surprised, but Levin is very surprised.
Levin is very surprised. All right. I'd just like to say I'm using my Neapolitan dice given to me by Erica Edsign. These are excellent dice because they've rolled a 19
Oh, no. Sorry.
for a
Oh,
tail
no.
attack.
Dang it.
Thanks, Erica. 19 versus Levin's armor class.
Sorry, Sebastian.
Yeah, that's going to hit.
Yeah.
It is? Okay. Sorry. Let me just pull out some different dice here for damage. That's nothing to be worried about that I needed more than one set of dice for that. Let's see. So basically, it starts out by just kind of whipping at you with its tail. This does... Okay, that could have been a lot worse. 8 bludgeoning damage as you get slapped in the side with a grick tail. And then...
then...
its tentacles trying to wrap themselves around your face. And that is a less deadly... this die is somewhat hard to read. Oh, nope, that's really great for me. A 22 to hit.
Oh...
So that's versus your AC. So,
Yeah.
Sebastian, if you can say out loud, my
Oh.
AC is 14.
Yes, my AC is 14.
All right, those tentacles grab your head for 19 slashing damage.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh...
This is not good because there's more. And then
Oh.
having
No.
successfully attached itself to your head, it will try and bite you in the face.
Oh my gosh.
And since this is a surprise round, you can't use a reaction, which is unfortunate because you've got the ability to have damage if you
And
knew that the attack was coming.
That's going to be 17 to hit, which I believe will still hit.
Oh,
14.
no.
Yep.
You will take 12 plus 4 is 16 piercing damage. That is a
Holy-
lot of damage
Are you
as this
still
thing just
conscious?
like launches itself out of the well at you.
Yes, I am left with 10 hit points.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is a bad thing that lived in the well here.
They should put a sign up or something.
Yeah.
All right. That was a surprise round. Over at the hut, sorry, it's not a hut, it's a shack. Those are different things,
Totally
right?
different.
What without John Syracuse being here, what is the difference between a hut and a shack, do you think?
A hut is cuter, for sure.
Okay.
I think a hut also
I kind of want a hut to be
have...
circular.
Yeah, that's what I was
Generally.
going to say.
Really?
A
Yeah.
hut doesn't
Yeah.
have to have a door.
Oh.
I was
A hut
thinking it
was
is
like an opening.
immune to Jedi mind tricks.
Yes.
Mm.
I was thinking it was about the roof.
The Wonga Wonga.
Oh my god.
All right. Over at the shack, Diasa Nightweaver, you have knocked on the door. A friendly elf wearing a chef's outfit has appeared at the door. She is holding a tray of cupcakes, and she is like, "Oh, welcome." She's kind of a strange laugh.
Can you hear Levin screaming in the background?
Yeah, I'm sort
In the
of
background,
like,
love it. In the background, Lovin is screaming.
it's like
It's a muffled scream because the grick is attached
Right.
to Lovin's face.
so the shot in the movie is me kind of sort of looking at the various cupcakes while
Mm.
Lovin is being whipped around in the back.
This is, I just want to point, though it is, kind of octopus-like, this is a large creature, so it's not, like, it is attached to Lovin's face, but it is very big. It is not like,
It's bigger than Lovin, then, probably.
it's bigger than Lovin.
Wow.
A lot bigger.
A lot bigger, yeah. So, Diasa.
So I think, given the circumstances, I am just gonna
Yes.
directly attack this elf.
Heck yeah.
Surprise!
Yes. Who's surprised now? Possibly the elf. Okay. Well, I rolled a 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
That seems good.
That'll hit a chef. Yes.
A shelf.
Shelf.
And how big are those squares?
Standard square size.
Just checking if anyone was actually near. Yeah. Do I have advantage on this attack?
No,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well,
Oh, if I was one square closer.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh well, it's going to be boring.
I mean, yeah, it turns out what Nyasa did, which was, go off on an adventure by herself that she did not invite any friends on, was tactically unsound across a range of dimensions.
Not even just this one.
Sounds
Not
about
just
right.
one.
I
Yep.
mean,
I mean, true to
That's
form,
normal.
but
Yeah.
no one here
Split
is
the
surprised.
party.
but cute elf. All right. Well, that only does 10
I
damage.
didn't know you had a type.
All right, you know what? You get this. Just a random question that I like to ask, James. Would your weapon happen to be magical or silvered?
Well, let's see. It's psychic damage.
Oh, it's psychic damage.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
That covers it. It is not bludgeoning or piercing or slashing damage. It's psychic damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
That covers everything I need to know.
physical weapons.
Okay. Hermione, you are next. You have this horrible snake tentacle monster has kind of launched itself out of the well, and I imagine it's kind of like wrapped around the top of the well and affixed its face to Lovin. It is right in your proximity.
So I have my short sword, and I rolled a 13 to hit.
A 13 will not hit this creature. I imagine you hit it, but it's like, because it's big, but this creature has a horrible kind of scaly hide, and you don't pierce the skin.
I need to change my dice because I just rolled a 1. So I know that will also not hit. And so as I'm attempting to, attack Levin, I will say
Attack
I'm
Levin?
sorry, or attack to save Levin. However, hold on.
Yes. Curry favor with the Grek. Yes.
Yes. I have something. Hold on. Not charge. Nope. Nope, that's not it. Nope. Hold on. Action surge.
Action.
Yeah.
surge.
Oh yeah, and I have extra
Second attack,
attack. You can attack twice whenever you take action attack on your turn. So I'm going to pull out my sparkly green dice that also have a unicorn.
Wow.
Yeah, look at the unicorn. Isn't it cute? You can't see
Aw.
it, I'm sure, but it's nice
I
and
can
heavy
see it in my mind.
in my brain. Yeah, I'll
Mhm.
take a picture of it.
Just
and
like all of
share.
our listeners, they're picturing a
Yes.
unicorn right now, and they're very
Yes.
happy.
How about a 17? Does
A
that
17 will hit
okay?
a Grick.
Thank
Sorry.
goodness.
A 17 will not hit a Grick.
What?
Oh,
I'm sorry. I was like, surely that'll hit a Grick. And then I checked. No, you could imagine its armor class is somewhere near, but better than 17. I'm not going to say a
gosh.
number, but I think you could guess what it is.
it's
Less than
okay.
19.
Well,
It's less than 19. It's more than 17. I will not say what number it is.
I'm gonna
Then
die.
let's try the whip for a
Okay.
second time.
Sorry, Kathy. That was
Yeah.
poorly done on my part.
That's fine because I rolled a 26, which
26 will definitely
better
hit.
freaking hit.
Mhm.
But our Gricken hit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Taking that down for a title.
six whole points.
Now let me ask you, is that whip magical?
No.
Okay. Just gonna write down 3. No reason.
It's a melee weapon.
Okay.
Does that mean
Mm.
anything? No.
No.
Slashing
Oh,
Alright.
it does. It
damage.
does mean something, but just
Yes,
nothing, nothing,
nothing
good
there.
in this case.
Yeah, no. Cool.
Cool.
So
All
yes,
set,
we need to
Hermione?
hit that creature with magic if we can.
Yeah.
Or magical weapons. I'll just tell you, at a certain place, a lot of monsters in D&D are resistant to damage from non-magical weapons, which, just means they take half as much.
Does anybody in this party have magical weapons? Are psychic daggers considered magical?
If they do psychic damage, they're the psychic damage.
Okay.
I can magic up a weapon.
Right.
Because
you're magical, but I think the
Yeah.
rest of us are just going to have to chip away.
I've got a.
All right. Unfortunately,
I was going to say, does a firebolt count?
Yes.
Sure.
That's
I mean,
right.
it's basically anything that would be bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing they're going to take less damage unless it's from a magical source.
Oh, so psychic is full damage.
Psychic is full damage. Firebolt is full damage. Anything that does that, yeah.
That's all right. I'm just here to tank.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was the extra attacks were just my regular special things. So now if I do action surge and I take one additional action, do I get to attack twice? Because the extra attack you can attack twice whenever you take the attack.
I believe
action.
so.
So I get 2 more attacks.
I believe
one
so.
With my sword and okay.
Because you got 2.
You could do
offhand
both of
things.
them with your sword if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
I?
You only it's the bonus action for your offhanded attack that has to be the whip. But since this is the attack action and you get to attack twice, you could just go stab.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. I would like to stab twice.
Please stab twice. Yeah, basically, Kathy, one of the few characters I played is a high-level fighter, and it's just like the higher level you get, it's like I got to attack like 7 times now. But
well, it doesn't help because I just got my second critical fail, and I am out of D20s in my office.
Okay.
So
you can roll in Roll20 or in D&D Beyond. So.
Or you could deputize somebody else to roll for you.
Listen, we're gonna try one more time. And then next time I might try and figure out how to get Roll20 to work. But until now. Okay, everyone blow into your microphone.
Fine, this is good work. This is good.
Yeah.
It's not fully because we're actually doing it.
Freaking A! I rolled a 3.
Oh my
Those
god. Those are not good numbers.
No, it's not. So I'm sorry, Lovey.
I'm sorry, Lovin. You may spend part of this fight unconscious. The Grick is next if you're all done, Hermione.
Yeah, I'm all done.
All right.
Wait, again?
Lovin.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
because
so
that was a
sorry.
surprise attack.
Yeah, because they got a surprise attack. I'm sorry. So he is going to start with a tail attack on Lovin. Natural 20.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, what the heck?
I'm great at Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know what your guys' problems are. I need more dice.
I should never have given you those dice.
They are. I will say
it's your fault.
it has not rolled below a 10 yet, and I've rolled like 5 attacks. So,
Oh my
I'm so
gosh.
sorry. I regret everything.
so yeah, you're unconscious, Lovin. You just took 22 damage.
Oh my gosh.
The Grick has knocked you unconscious and turns to the next most menacing creature, which is Hermione.
Even though, contrary to popular belief, not very menacing.
Menacing in size, if not in damage dealt. And will attempt to hit you with a tentacle attack. I literally just rolled another natural 20. These are great dice,
my
Erica.
gosh. No.
Why
Are
did
these
they roll?
loaded?
Erica,
They did not roll that well for me. I will tell you that.
did you give me used dice?
Oh yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
All right, I'm just going to roll this part in Roll20 because it requires too many dice.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're not.
Well, I am a little sorry. Yeah.
Oh my
Rick
gosh.
launches itself at your face, Hermione. You take 36 plus 4 is 40 damage as its tentacles tear at your face.
Oh my gosh.
And then the beak, I'm just going to keep rolling in Roll20 so that people believe my ridiculous dice rolls. Surely my luck will continue. The beak snaps at you, and I don't think a 12 is going to hit you.
No.
Okay. So the tentacles lash at the sides of your head, which is extremely unpleasant. How are you after taking 40 damage?
I have 31 hit points.
Okay. So it took more than half of your health away.
Yeah.
All right.
That is a powerful.
It is a horrible creature that lives in a well.
I'm lost. Just leave.
The
Never.
The strange chef elf does not like that Nyasa Nightweaver has tried to stab her when all she did was open a door in her face, and so she is going to reach out in your direction, Nyasa. Then just kind of she holds open an open palm and just kind of blows, and like a cloud kind of drifts in your direction, um and you feel very drowsy. um and I'm gonna say that this is also in the direction of Lone Walker. I think you're close enough.
Good luck.
Math. Nyasa, do you have 32 or fewer hit points?
No, I've got 59.
Okay. You feel very drowsy for like a second, but you shake it off. Magic users might recognize that she was attempting to magically put Nyasa to sleep. Lone Walker, I'm going to assume you have nowhere near that
No.
in hit points. So
I am
Lone Walker's
also
good.
I'm immune to magical sleep.
well, then, that was a poor choice on her part. Lone Walker, you are next. Things are not looking good here, in that one of your party is already down and the Grick has barely been scuffed. It's time for you to save the day.
Yeah,
No pressure.
Try to at
No
least.
pressure.
No pressure
You
at
have
all.
to pick who you like the most.
That's what
Ooh.
you think.
I'm just going to point out Nyasa is not in need of saving yet. She has simply made poor life choices. Lovin is unconscious. So there's there's different situations here.
Yeah. So what Lone Walker is going to do is Lone Walker is going to well, see, now you've changed things for me, I think. 'Cause it's gonna be Lone's turn and they're all gonna go. This is tough now.
You've
Okay.
also got that potion, which might be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I may use that. So I think
Gulp.
Lone Walker is going to
Chug.
well, I don't know if I need it though. Okay. You know what? No, Lone Walker's going to save it. Okay, Lone Walker is going
I'm such
to
a bad influence.
rush down, and is going to, as he's rushing forward, he pulls out his warhammer and goes for a swing. He rolls natural
Critical.
20
Wow.
for 27. Yeah, critical.
See, it's great when you roll criticals. Trust me, I do it all the time. It's
Uh-huh.
the best.
So we double the dice. So that's going to be, let's see, let me find is that the one I'm looking for? No, it's the one that's right before this. There we are. So I need this and I need this one. Okay. So that is going to be okay, so one swing does 8 bludgeoning damage.
Magical or non-magical bludgeoning damage?
Right, that's I needed to do this first. Son of a gun, where is that?
It's right there.
A little to the left.
Boom, there it is. Okay. And this is as a bonus action. Okay. So yes, as this is even cooler, as he's rushing forward and he grabs his warhammer off of his back, a sudden glow of golden blue light surrounds the weapon, and it suddenly becomes a magic weapon. And then he strikes out, boom, with one hit that does it change the actual to attack?
Might make it radiant damage or something, where at the very least sounds like it's magical, which is the important thing.
Until the spell ends, that weapon becomes a magical weapon with a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls.
think
So,
so.
yeah, that's cool. Okay, so we know it hits. It does critical. So that's 2d8 plus. You know what? I'm sorry. I actually wanted to do this two-handed. So let me just do it like this. And so that is actually 14 damage. Oh no, I needed to do 2d10. I'm sorry, people. I'm
You're
not
doing
used to
great.
playing this kind of so I guess 8 with that first hit.
Did you remember to double it? Because is the 2d10 doubling it?
Yeah, 2d10 is doubling
Oh,
it.
that
And
is
you
a
added
rough roll on
Yeah,
2d10.
it was.
A
And you
1
added the
and
A
a
plus
1 and a
one-
2.
plus
Yeah,
one
and I
thing as
added the
well.
plus 1. It's normally plus 4. I did plus 5. And then after he does 8, then he swings out again with a 19.
19 will hit.
And that's going to be 1d10 plus 5.
Maybe you'll do better than on 2d10.
It might be better than
plus 5.
8.
I hope so. That was really sad. A 7.
7.
Okay, so
The important thing is, though, it does not get halved because it's
Yeah, it
magical.
all goes
15.
through.
Yeah.
15 damage. And that's all for that's all for that. Okay. And then after that happens, you see Light Strider rush forward, and I guess Nyasa, maybe you do kind of like a little move out of the way as one side of Light Strider's shelf of horn like hits into Lanadry, or however it's pronounced.
Your Light Strider is attacking the chef.
Yes, and I think misses the chef with an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You hit
okay.
the shack. The shack leans like 5 more degrees more.
Oh boy.
That was
All
very
right.
frustrating.
Bringing the shack down on top of her that's a valid way to
That's
do
an
battle.
option.
That
Yeah.
is actually one of my
Thoughts?
possibly.
I'm very annoyed with that low roll on the double
Sorry,
damage.
it happens.
It's not- yeah.
We're doing great today.
For
We're not
Tata-
having the best luck. We'll see if it turns around.
Yeah. For Tata, I noticed that you kind of positioned yourself equidistant between the well and the shack, and now it's like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, originally like she was just
Mhm.
moving toward Nyasa, and then unfortunately Lone Walker's right there. You know what? Frittata is gonna back up a step, and then a couple of steps because everybody's moved. So she doesn't want to be too close to the elk either. And then bust out into a rage, which, because she's such a high level, means she literally busts out into a fiery rage and is surrounded by a, let's see, 10-foot aura. Put that on there. I don't remember how to do an aura. There we go. 10 feet. I should have gotten this ready before my turn. I apologize. There we go. So Frittata now has an aura. It would have done damage to anybody standing in it, but that's
I see. So you positioned yourself before.
Yep. And then, so basically, it's like she was taking a couple of steps back so that she can run at the Grick, because the Grick is what caught her attention. And also, like, she just met Lovin, and now Lovin's unconscious on the ground, and like, that's no good. So
I think this makes sense as triaging. As you know, if one person is unconscious and fighting a horrible thing in a well, and another person just stabbed a chef, like, you know.
Yep. All right. So running directly at it and raging, and overhead two-handed, hitting with the, let's see. Yeah, I think she just dropped the rug where it was, because like usually when she's thinking straight, the first move is to throw the rug over something and have it grapple. But right now she's in a rage, so she didn't think of that. So just hitting it with her maul. And I don't know if she's actually going to hit or not. Oh, that's 19. So,
19 hits.
Yep. Not
Yay!
magical damage, unfortunately. But oh my god, that's a terrible roll. I also rolled a 1 and a 2. But that brings it up to a let's see, 7, but I'm doing extra damage because I'm raging. So 9 non-magical bludgeoning damage.
Just gonna write down 4, no reason.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I will try again. And I rolled the same thing on the to hit die. Let's see if I roll better. Oh, a little bit. So 5, 11 non-magical bludgeoning damage. And
All right.
I bellow into its beak.
Into its beak. Ah!
Yep.
You know what? Gricks hate that. They really hate that.
Good. Yep. That's all.
All right. Lovin, you're next. I don't know if we have technical issues. We're gonna have you do a death saving throw when you have a chance. Do-do-do.
And it's fine to pause
Yeah.
for
Sorry, I'm
technical
trying.
difficulties.
Yeah.
It's lagging so bad it wasn't letting me unmute.
Oh wow, you're cutting out too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
take your time.
I've never actually
Oh,
had to do a death saving throw before. What do I do?
You're just gonna roll a d20 and you want to get a 10 or higher.
I have a
Trying.
A 5 is unfortunately not good. You have failed your first death saving throw. Keep track. I will tell you, 3 fails is
It's a
bad.
5, but something's happening with the audio.
Oh,
oh.
yeah.
Listen.
3. That is your first failure. 3 fails is real bad. Hopefully they get you up before that is possible.
Yeah.
If you get 3 successes, you stabilize.
I have a
Sebastian, can you hear us okay? Or is it still sad?
I think he's going to need to do a reset.
Now I can. It was making this static sound.
Yeah, I think we're going to need to do a reboot of the
Restart?
computer. Yeah, so
do that.
if we could pause for a moment. Lovin did roll a 5, so he failed his
We got
first
that,
death
yeah.
save. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Let's pause right here real quick, and
Okay.
I'll stop the recording that's happened right now, and I'll make
Save
sure
that
that
file.
both files get to you.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
1 moment.
Thanks, Micah.
Thank you,
Thank
Micah.
you, Micah. I'm so glad Micah's here to
I can
help.
tell you now that Steven is done eating at Fatburger and is back
Oh.
on the road to his final
Excellent.
destination in Saskatchewan. Yep.
Since this is all cutting out, I'm gonna put it on my air conditioning.
Oh,
Do
do
it.
it. Do it. Yep.
Question. If
Oh,
you-
wow. He's going to a different province.
Yeah, he is. Just like not too far over the border, so it's not like if we were to drive straight south from Edmonton, it's 6 hours until we hit the US border. And his trip is 7 hours, not quite as far south as the border. So like if that gives you an idea, sort of like
Do you have to go south and then go east? Like, do you have to go through Calgary, or it looks like you have like a grid, so there's no like I want to go on a 45-degree angle. Do you do
Yeah,
you know?
he's the original more direct trip was going to be like going on sort of back roads and going
Yeah.
east and south, but he left a little bit early, so decided to just go straight to Calgary and over.
So it's
'cause
one of
roads
those
are
things where
bigger
like,
and
yeah,
nicer.
the main highway, even though it's not direct, is faster than the crow
Yes.
flies path.
Although
yeah,
in August he will be going to Fort Smith, Northwest Territories, and it is north and east of Edmonton, but he really, really can't go directly there because there are literally no roads. He has to go north, and then southeast. To get
Oh
there.
wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And it's going to be like a 13-hour drive, so he's going to stop in the middle.
wow, Canada,
Playing
Yeah.
there's a music festival, I guess.
so big.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous how because everybody thinks Alberta, like that Edmonton is northern Alberta, and it's not. We're not even halfway.
I know it's
to the
you know.
province.
I mean, I imagine that the population density drops as you head north. So
A lot. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I want to see what the population of the entirety of Northwest Territories is. I was gonna say it's probably like around 50,000 or something. It's less.
I see 44,000.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That is not a lot of people.
Whereas Edmonton itself is like about 1 million people for the greater metropolitan area. And then the entirety of Northwest Territories, which is large, is less than 50,000 people.
I was gonna say, do we have a state that's even has that few people? No, not even close.
I don't think so.
No. I mean, Wyoming has 10 times as many people as that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would bet Wyoming is the lowest populated, but
Yes. Even our the Northern Mariana Islands has 47,000 people in it. So yeah.
Wow.
Wowzers.
For comparison, Erica, Rhode Island, our physically smallest state, has just over a million people in it, and
wow.
You know, I don't know what the size of Rhode Island is, but I imagine you can fit a lot of Rhode Islands in the Northwest Territory.
Oh my God, yeah.
This is Googling numbers. Rhode Island, 1,500 square miles, roughly. Northwest Territories.
A lot more than that.
Yes. 519,000 square miles. So, yeah, that's
just a little bit.
A little bit.
That's a lot. Yep.
Oh, and it's got some islands up there, just like Rhode Island.
Yep. I kind of wanted to go with him because I've never been to any of the territories, but it would be 2 days of driving in each direction. I would have to take time off of work. We don't really know what the accommodations are for this music festival. So I'm like,
maybe not.
I don't feel like I would enjoy it that much. And then Steven would kind of probably be not like uncomfortable, but he would be worrying about me having a good time, which would probably take away from his good time playing drums. So I'm going to stay home and watch all the stuff that Steven doesn't like, which I actually watch when he's here. But I'm just gonna...
You got to make it a big deal.
Uh-huh. Yep.
James, it doesn't mess up the stream thing that Sebastian left and came back, will it?
No, it'll be fine. Well,
okay.
Just
you may need to reorder people's.
Yeah, that's about it.
All good.
I had a question.
I have completely. I don't know if we needed to start and restop our kind of timer for when the episode ends, but
oh, good thinking.
What was your question in this timeout, James?
This was just a procedural question. With bonus actions, can you do those first?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I see no reason not.
Yep, you can do
a lot of times people have a bonus action that's like doing something to a weapon or something like that, which makes sense to do before you then use said weapon.
Or like me raging, going into a rage was a bonus action.
Okay. I have a sort of semi-plan, but I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see.
It is important to know. Wait, you don't cast spells, so you don't have to worry about that, right?
I mean, I can do a firebolt. That's about it. One trick pony.
Right. So you can only cast 2 spells on a turn if one of them is a cantrip. So even if one's an action and the other one's a bonus action, one of them has to be a cantrip.
No, most of my stuff is brain-based.
Fun.
Would anyone like some all-dressed chips?
Yes,
I will
really
pass them
would.
around.
I think I would. I don't remember if I tried them. I'm not.
They were
sure
in like
the
every room of every house. So
We brought a lot.
I'm not a big chip. I'm more of a sweets than savory snack kind of person.
I'm more of a savory snacker. Picture like flavor profile wise, people always say, and I agree with this, that it's sort of halfway between a barbecue chip on one side and a salt and vinegar chip on the other side. And depending on the brand, you're somewhere in the middle of that spectrum.
Yeah. Yeah. My kid really likes them too because they like both barbecue and salt and vinegar. And so it's perfect.
I don't like either of those, but I do like all dressed.
Interesting.
Like, when you find that happy medium, like in the middle, I don't like it if it's too much toward the barbecue side because it gets too sweet for me. I think I'm a little bit better when it's toward the salt and vinegar side, but all of that mixed together that's where I'm happy. Although honestly, my favorite chips are just plain. Like ruffled chips. I am so vanilla.
boring,
best.
but that's okay.
Do they have Cape Cod potato chips in Canada?
I don't think so.
I don't know how.
I've had them because in the States, but
Okay, those are, I wasn't sure. So those are a national thing in the States.
I think so. I mean, like we just said, Canada's very big, so it's possible that they have them like out east sometimes.
I
you
don't
can
know
find
if
them.
I've ever had a Cape Cod chip though.
Have
They used
you
to sell them
seen
at,
them
like,
though?
No.
Panera.
Oh,
I
okay.
think.
They're manufactured in America
Are
in
they-
Cape Cod,
are they
but
kettle-
What?
they're kettle
They're
style
yeah.
chip.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
they're
So they're
I don't
kind of
know
like
what that
Aunt Vicky's or whatever that brand is. That
I
brand
don't
is
know.
that's also
They're like Cape Cod
over.
chips. God damn it!
So they're not cod flavor in any sense.
Oh, great! Now I want.
No.
now I
No,
want
Cape Cod
chips.
is a location in Massachusetts.
I may have to take a walk across the street to Shoppers Drug Mart and
Yes.
get myself some chips after this because you have all made me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I have to go to the store to get some melatonin for Ryan, and I may go all the way to Whole Foods and see if they have, because the internet says they have them, but they're not like to order online. So I'm wondering if I go in and say, "Do you get all dress chips?" And then they look at me and say, "What the hell is that?" And then I'm like, "Okay."
They take you
Bring
to
your
this
phone,
secret...
show them a picture.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a secret Canadian room somewhere, and they'll just escort you in because you knew the passphrase.
The super, yeah. Well, it was funny because when you go to Cost Plus World Market website, Canada isn't even an option for like
not.
international.
Wow.
I am as a Canadian, I am not surprised.
No.
Alas.
Wah, wah.
I think we should be back soon. James and Kathy are totally getting their turns ready.
I am.
Listen, there's not much I can do, but I have.
But you're gonna do it.
But we'll see. If
Digital dice.
no pressure, James.
Did you buy
right.
No pressure.
the better loaded version?
Sadly.
Yeah, I did tip, so we'll see.
Yeah, just +3 every roll.
Yeah.
If
Which wouldn't have helped with the critical fails, the multiple critical fails that I've rolled today on each dice too.
Right.
So that's what's really special.
Just the evil of Chrome using up as much possible processing
Chrome.
as it can.
I would like all the RAM, please.
Yeah.
My name is
Yeah.
Chrome.
Boo.
Boo. Are
All
we
right,
good?
so can we hear both
Sebastian?
Micah and
I think so.
Sebastian? Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
good.
we
There's-
can.
Yay.
Yay! You're back.
Woo!
And you
about
have you started
And
a
he's
new
recording
recording
again. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Boy,
And the other
So
recording
Sebastian,
was
I don't
fine.
know how much you could hear us before. You rolled a 5 on your first death saving throw, which is bad news. If you get 3 failures total, that's really bad. Hasn't happened on Total Party Kill in a while, but meaning your
I
character's
was the
dead.
last one, I think. I think it was me.
Hopefully somebody can get you up before that happens. Also, if you roll 3 successes, you're stable and you don't have to keep rolling death saving throws. Just out of curiosity, just a question I'm just asking, just doing a survey. Who on this team has healing abilities?
I do.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
Because Lone Walker's a paladin.
Little question for you. Just a question.
Yeah, just a question, yeah.
How do you, as the dungeon master, treat ones, complete failures when you're doing death saves?
I believe the rules are that it counts as 2 fails.
2 fails.
Okay,
So don't do
So
that.
don't roll a 1.
don't roll.
No, just don't do that. Like, yeah, let's avoid the situation altogether.
Does anybody have inspiration? Because you can give your inspiration
that's
to other
true.
people.
I do have inspiration.
So that's
in
that's the
that
thing
in
with
that
the-
instance,
In that instance, I will remember,
Mhm.
right?
we all will remember
Yeah.
together.
All right, we're back. Nyasa, you are face to face with a chef.
Shelf.
Shelf.
Right. How sturdy does this shack look?
I mean, I believe it has
It's
been described
ramshackle.
as ramshackle, so not very. I'm curious about your choice to focus on architecture versus adversaries.
I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try and see.
famous James words.
I am going to shove this shelf back 5 feet, or attempt to.
Attempt to. All right, that is going to be a strength, contested strength.
It's a
check.
DC 14 strength saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm using
Critical fail on my Neapolitan dice, Erica.
Yay!
I think that means you go back at least 10 feet.
They were
Um,
saving it for this dramatic moment.
Yes. Da, da, da.
And I am going to close the door, and I'm going to attempt to lock it.
you think this shack is a shack that can be locked from the outside?
Well, I'm
Are you gonna
hoping that I can at
Do you
least.
create lock as a magic spell?
I'm hoping with my. I've got really good skills for unlocking.
You should just it's a shack. Does it even have a lock?
Well,
Most shacks don't have locks. They just bar doors.
Does it do we know? Oh, no, we do know it has a door. Because
The other thing I can
Okay, never
do
mind.
is I can pull the door shut and I can set the whole thing on fire. Which I feel.
I will suggest, as you slam the door shut, the door kind of rattles and clearly is really just like, I mean, there's not a door frame here. There's just like a door hole. And someone has found a piece of wood that is approximately the size of the door hole. This is not dissimilar from the apartment I live in. The door, this is dissimilar from the apartment I live in, does not have a locking mechanism that you could lock, but you could attempt to otherwise block the door, set the shack on fire, do a variety of things. It occurs to you that whatever you're doing here may be extremely temporary in nature.
Yeah. I am going.
Does your shove do any damage, or it just shoves
No, it just
shaft?
moves.
I will tell you, as you shove the shelf, the chef elf, the act of shoving this creature does cause their kind of visual appearance to change. And where moments ago, like as you grab them, it looked like a kind of purple-haired elf, pointy ears, pristine white chef's outfit and hat. But the creature that you shove away from you is a more kind of gnarled, blue-skinned, somewhat kind of horned, raggedy clad, long, knotted, black-haired creature that tumbles to the ground, suggesting that what you saw was some kind of illusion.
I feel cheated.
But also, I have now locked into a new thing about how easy it is to catfish James.
James's characters.
James's characters, yes.
Well, this is not. I think I'm just going to directly firebolt this prone hag.
Okay, well, so you'll shove her and firebolt her.
Yeah, because I don't think I'm going to be able to lock her in there and get down and help people. So I'm just going to have to take my medicine up here. Okay, let's try. That would be an 18 to hit.
Oh, Tony's muted.
He held up
Everything's
one
fine.
finger, listeners. He's telling us that we've won the adventure. And
There was pounding earlier in his locale. This will be a fun one to edit.
This is. I'm so
I'll get
sorry.
myself a drink. No, that's fine.
Nope, it's fine. So, sorry, James, could you rewind a minute and tell me what you did?
Yep, I rolled an 18 to hit with a firebolt.
Okay, that works. Tell me what the result of that is.
That would be 2d10 damage. Which would be 8 and 10, 18 damage.
Wow.
Yay!
And it's magical. Well, although we don't know for sure if that matters with this particular hag.
I think
it does.
do know, yeah, because I think Nyasa hit something first.
Yeah, well,
too.
I did with the knives, which seemed to do
Yeah.
All right. No, that seems like that works, James. I think if you're all set, Kathy is next.
All right. No pressure. James, let's see how your app does while I roll to attack with my short sword. I got 17, which we know does not hit.
Sorry.
So trying with the whip. Nope. James.
I'm just saying you're in a general field of bad luck. It's not
Yeah, I know.
me or the
Yeah,
dice.
yeah. Well, let's see how D&D Beyond goes.
Got to try
Roll.
all the dice options.
Yeah,
This is
in the hopes
always
that
works.
anything will work.
Oh,
nope. And oh,
There
I
you
got
go.
it. Yeah.
What is that last attack from though? Because you only get to attack 3 times, right?
No, I get to attack twice, right?
Mhm.
And I had 2 hands, so I rolled 2 on the app. No,
That's not how it works.
no, it's not how. Okay,
Because when you're attacking two-handed, the second one is a bonus action, and you only get one bonus action.
gotcha.
on a
Okay,
turn.
well, fine. Can I
Sorry.
can I save that 20 for the future? No.
Sorry, Kathy.
It's like
You'll roll another
inspiration.
one. You'll roll another one.
It's fine.
I
It's
feel
You
it.
do have inspiration, which you could burn.
That's true. You could just say, I used my inspiration, and therefore that 20 counts.
Okay, fine. Then I use my inspiration, and therefore that 20 counts.
Yes. Good remembering, James.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a good
Nice.
choice. All right. So you do all the math on what's going to happen then.
So I of course know all the math that happens with
So whatever your dice that you would normally roll, you
uh-huh,
roll 2 of that kind of die.
2 of them. Okay, so roll a d6. I'm gonna roll 2 d6s.
Yes, do better than I did.
And same. Better than I did too.
So I rolled a 4 plus 4, so 8. But it is not
Yeah, it's a
magical, so that's a 4.
Anybody else have
so wait,
inspiration?
Can you
Just
just double
thinking
check
ahead.
that you did that correctly, Kathy? You had a critical, so you
Uh-huh.
roll
I rolled 2 d6s.
2d6s, and you got a
Uh-huh.
4 on both.
I know I got a 3 and a 1.
Oh, and then you get to add plus 4.
Yeah, yeah,
And then we subtract 4.
yeah,
Okay,
Mm.
got it.
Yep.
yeah,
I'm just wondering if anybody else has inspiration, just thinking ahead to Levin's turn.
yeah.
All right. So that's
Yeah, that's
so
it.
that's Hermione. All right. The horrible Grick creature is next. Hermione,
Rawr.
I believe it
still
is
roaring
focused on you because you,
Oh, no.
I mean, you just attacked it and you were who it was
Yeah.
focused on to begin with.
Yeah.
It starts off as is traditional with a tail attack. It just kind of lashes its whole body out at you. Let's see here. 6 plus 7 is 13.
Nope.
13, not going to hit. It then lunges at you with its horrible tentacles. Critical fail.
Yeah.
Because it didn't hit with tentacles, it doesn't get to even attempt to hit you with its beak attack. All right.
Can I do a quick little
You
to
absolutely
it?
can.
Okay, good. Excellent.
All right. The chef elf or shelf who is not a chef elf or shelf is next. This creature, having been shoved to the ground and fire bolted by an Nyasa, her appearance has kind of melted away, and she's this gnarled, blue, long, black, twisted-haired creature that some of you might recognize as a night hag. And in fact, Nyasa, as you were looking in, like the whole appearance of the little shack is kind of melting away, and where you saw kind of a crowded but cozy little kitchen is now taking on just this wretched state of disrepair. There's horrible warped waterlogged pieces of furniture stuck around, and kind of the central feature of the room is a metal cage with 2 captives in it.
An important question. Are there still cupcakes? Are they still in a pan? And do they still have frosting on them?
There is like just it looks like it's probably a bent piece of metal. Maybe it was like a shield or something, and it's just got like little soggy mounds of mold on them.
Ew.
With
Yeah, I
Yeah.
told you it was bad. I knew it. I could tell.
Yeah, because they were frosted in the container. Yep, that's
Yeah.
how you knew. Absolutely.
And this creature just kind of points at Nyasa, and a ray of black energies kind of enervates out of her hand. This is gonna be, let's just see. This is a spell attack. Um, sorry, magic.
If Nyasa dies at level 8, what happens to the level 9 version of Nyasa in the other campaign?
It's
Major
gonna,
continuity issues.
it's going to be a Fast and Furious situation.
That I really wish James had not created for us. We can never release those episodes, obviously.
Or this one.
I have rolled an 11 to hit. Is not very impressive.
That will do nothing.
All right, you duck out of the way, and horrible black magic it hits the frame of the ramshackle hut. All right, Lone Walker, you're next.
Yes, Lone Walker first and foremost bends down to Lovin, places his hands on Lovin, and mumbles a quick prayer. And Lovin, you are healed for 15 HP. So that's done. And then Lone Walker is no, because that will get rid of that. Yeah, no, I think that's it for now. Yeah, that was his action. So well, no, that is because that right in front of him is the well. So yes. He ends at healing Lovin.
Thank you.
Tony, I think you're muted.
Oh yeah, Tony, you're muted.
Sorry. Frittata, you are next.
All right. I've got this great aura going, but I don't want it to hurt any of my friends. So I'm going to very angrily stomp around. I mean, the map's not quite big enough for me to actually go where I want to go, but I would like to be to the south. So can we imagine that I'm just down there? And I'm, as a bonus action, I'm going to go just sort of shrug as I'm holding this giant mace, shrug my shoulders up and go roar, and my aura flashes into flame, and it does 3 fire damage to the Grick. There's no saving.
All right, that just happens.
Yep, it just happens. And then I attack, which is not a thing that just happens. But I mean, definitely attacking. Let's see where this giant maul actually hits. That is only a 17, which I believe.
Which we know it doesn't hit. Sorry.
Yep. And then trying again just to whittle this thing down. Oh, that's a 2 on the die, so definitely didn't hit. But I did 3 points of damage that all of it went through. Yeah.
Woohoo! We're doing great, everyone.
I know. I really should if I'm playing this character the way that the character should be played, the smartest thing, the best thing to do would have been to throw the rug over the Grick, and there would have been a grappling contest, and it would have been easy. But rages happened, and I'm a barbarian.
Yeah.
Yep.
Somebody else could grab that rug. It's sitting right there.
I know. I was just like, wait a second.
I think people are busy.
A little bit.
Not dying.
Lovin, I believe you are next.
Lovin would be next, but I forgot to have Lightstrider go. So could Lightstrider go after Frittata?
Sure.
Thank you. Can Lightstrider, because the chef elf is sort of inside, can Lightstrider probably not get through the door?
I think that Nyasa shoved the night hag back far enough that there's room for an elk to fit through the door awkwardly.
Okay, so yes,
or just knock it down.
Yeah, Lightstrider
go through another door.
Awkwardly comes through the door and is going to try for, I think, a hoof attack.
Okay.
Do it.
I don't think a 10 hits.
No, it will not. Sorry.
I hate these low rolls. All right, that's all.
Yep. Lovin, you've got some hit points, so you are conscious. You are prone, so you need to use some of your movement just to stand up. What would you like to do?
Does the Grick, is it still coming out of the well? Like, is most of
I
its
think it's
body
like
in the well?
I would say most of it is out of the well at this point. It's kind of perched on top of the well.
Okay. So it looks like if it wants to continue climbing out of the well, it can.
Yeah,
Okay.
it has been operating from a it does whatever it wants situation this entire time.
I was gonna say if it looks like it needed to be water-based, I was gonna say let's just leave. But
No, it looks like it was a dry well, and Grix like stone, so I think it lived here because there was convenient stone for it to camouflage itself, until somebody came to look in the well, and then it was like, I would like to eat you.
well, I guess I would like to back up. I can do that without
Okay.
getting attacked, right?
You
Yes,
have that ability.
you're rogue.
Yeah, I would say yeah. Oh yeah, sure.
Rogue.
Rogues.
Yeah,
Okay.
as a bonus action, you can disengage.
Mhm.
I'm gonna back
And you
up.
used half of your movement to stand up, so you can move up to half of your movement away.
Okay. I'm going to range attack it with my
Wise.
short bow.
And I'm right here, so if you hit, you would get.
I got a 14.
A 14 does not hit. Do you have advantage through any roguelike means? Like, does it
Let me
matter if there's
see.
other allies next to it or anything like that?
I know that's for sneak attack.
Oh,
Yeah, it's only for
Heights.
sneak attack, which
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
doesn't grant advantage. I'm not seeing anything in there. Special
That would be like a feat
traits.
or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Hold
think.
on. You
Oh,
have,
okay. Take your time. When you're set, it'll be
any
Nyasa's
hit
turn.
You score against. Okay, sorry. Yeah. If that creature had not taken a turn, then you would have had sneak attack damage. Or, I mean, you would have had advantage, rather. But because that creature has taken a turn, yeah. So that's all. Unless
Okay.
there's anything else you want to do as a bonus action, Sebastian.
Nope.
I think the
I'm
bonus
just gonna
action
hope
was
that I'm
disengaging.
far enough
Oh,
away.
yeah, that's right.
All right. Nyasa, you stand in the doorway to this hag's hovel. A hag is on the ground, two sad looking. They look like they might be like tree spirits or are locked in a sad little cage at the back of the hovel that you thought about setting on fire moments ago.
It would have been on brand. These orphan forest creatures. I'm going to try to firebolt again because that seemed to actually work.
It did, yeah.
That is a natural 20, which
Oh,
seems good.
double damage die.
Yay!
Double damage die.
So do I roll 4d10 or do I roll 2d10 and double it?
You roll 4d10.
I do
4d10.
I do not have 4d10. Hang on.
And you can roll 2d10 twice.
Well,
I
that's...
bet there's an app that could roll that.
Yeah, you'd think.
Also, you absolutely own 4d10, James. You
Yes.
sit a 4d10 on your table.
I do have them in front of me once I actually fish them out. Okay, that is 12 plus 9, 21 plus 7, 28 damage. And
is there a modifier to that, or that's the
no, it's just the
28? All right.
So, and in the giant fireball that ensued, in the confusion, I am going to hide around the corner.
All right. Leave the elk to take the brunt of the hag's attacks.
That's okay.
Nyasa, I will tell you, your very fortuitous fireball has bloodied the night hag.
Ooh.
Yay!
I was going to say, I was starting to feel very powerless.
Well, I'm hoping that if I can do the full sneak attack damage on it, it will be deceased.
All right. Hermione, you are being murdered by a Grexley.
Yay! All right. I am going to go to hit with my sword. Nope.
Ah,
How about with my whip? Oh,
Yes.
yay! I don't even remember what I rolled. Okay, a 4. So I rolled a 7. Yay!
All right. 3 damage to the Grek.
this Grick is annoying.
It is.
I would also like to do my second wind.
Okay.
Because I'm worried I won't get as good of rolls.
Because you may be attacked by a Grek multiple times in a second. All right, you done?
1d10. Hold on, I gotta find my 10. That's not a 10. That's not a 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 10.
Roll high.
7 plus 8 is 15. So
Nice.
that's better than none.
Okay.
Mhm.
So I'm now up to 46.
Okay.
4d6.
Well, it is the Grick's turn. It is going to start out with its traditional tail attack on Hermione.
Aw.
But she
I
didn't
rolled
hit.
3 plus 7
Yeah,
is
she
10.
didn't hit.
Yeah, that's still it. It focuses on its attack until it takes you down. Then it goes on to the next thing.
Dang it.
10 is not going to hit. It then tries to get you with tentacle attack. That's a much more effective 19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
You did do at it.
It's
It
true.
It is
It's
going
true.
to
It's
do
valid.
24 slashing damage.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
And because it hit you with the tentacle attack, it gets to hit you with a beak, or it gets to attempt to hit you with a beak attack. That's a 17 to hit with a beak attack.
Nope.
All
Ha-ha!
Its horrible tentacles lash at your face, but the beak does not snap closed on your nose. And it is the Night Hag's turn next. The Night Hag is in her ramshackle little hut. There is a spectral celestial elf here. So I guess she's gonna her hand, she reaches out to her. At first it looked like an elf hand, and now it looks like a weird pale blue sickly hand, and it turns into like horrible claws, and she slices out at the elf. Or sorry, she slices out at the elk. One letter different from elf. A 13 to hit an elk.
A 13 does hit an elk.
13 hits an elk. This will do 2d8 plus 4 is 17 damage to an elk. Did she just murder an elk?
No, didn't murder it, but as she slashes out,
Condemn the elk to leave this plane of existence?
Yes, the blue energy kind of turns into a bit of like a smoke, an ethereal smoke, and dissipates into the air.
All right, she thinks that this is great, and she cackles wildly. Who's next? And speaking of next, it's Lone Walker.
Yeah, and because that just happened,
it did just happen.
Lone Walker has sensed the exeunt of Light Strider,
a disturbance in the elk,
and so you see Lone Walker walk forward as if towards the Grick, but walks forward into this like light gray smoke cloud, and then suddenly poof, appears right next to her.
In the hut.
In the hut.
Shack.
In the shack, excuse me. Yes. And with the Warhammer that is still magical, angrily strikes out once and strikes out again. I don't believe these Roll20 rolls. I don't think they're real.
The heck?
None of this is real.
This whole game, this whole episode.
People, sometimes dice are bad.
Listen.
Sometimes dice are the best.
How dare you?
That would have been great if you had avenged your celestial elk. Instead, you have swung your weapon in vain as the hag evades those attacks.
But
wait,
there might be more, because I need to see what that was, because I think that counts as
that was probably movement, so you might have a bonus action left.
Yeah, that's what I want to check on here. Yes, okay, so then I've expended that. So with the oh no, because that only works once I've hit the creature. I was gonna do like ensnaring strike or something.
Rats.
All right, that's it. But I'm here now, and I'm ready to
and
avenge.
cranky.
I'm here and I'm cranky. Yes.
Fratata, you are face to face with a Grick.
Bonus action. Flames pop up 10 feet around. Three more fire damage.
3 fire damage. I will tell you important Grick news. You have bloodied the Grick.
Oh, finally.
I've toasted the Grick. It's a toasted Grick.
That's a delicacy.
Okay. So we're going to try using, you know what? I'm pulling out the other dice. We've got I think they are cotton candy and They're sort of blue and pink. So
Ooh,
everybody think
Ooh.
cotton candy.
I'm thinking good thoughts.
It's farm.
18 on the die. So
Yes.
so that's good. So let's see, that is 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 2 is 10 non-magical bludgeoning damage. And
Okay.
second
So
attack.
I'm doing 5 damage to the Grick.
Correct. Oh, that was a 2 on the die, so the cotton candy luck ran out. But I still did a little bit of damage, and I'm right up in its grill.
It's true. Lovin, you are at the bottom of the order. Last turn of the round.
Since it's not focused on me, can I do a sneak attack?
I think you'd need to do a stealth check first.
I think
which I
because
suspect you'd be pretty good at.
Because
Tata's
for Tata is right next to it.
I'm right
Yes.
there.
Do you automatically get it
Yeah.
as a rogue
Yeah.
because somebody else? Then
It's
according
within 5
according to experienced rogues, yes, you're all set.
So you'll just do your normal attack with your ranged weapon, and then you're going to add 4d6 of extra damage.
4d6.
46.
Thank you.
Okay.
Roll high.
Wait, do I do the damage
Roll the
from my
D.
bow and
Do
First-
not
first
damage
you
yet
roll a
because you got to
D20.
roll to see if you can get it.
Yes.
So it's
And I got a
D20 plus 6.
12, so that's a
not
no.
gonna be- Yeah.
That's with the everything added. Oh yeah, you rolled 6 plus 6 is
These
12.
rolls today.
You have been
are
on a
cool.
rough series of dice rolls.
I hate this.
Well,
rogues don't get 2 attacks at level 8, do they?
No.
Just
no.
double checking.
I
All
feel we
right.
could beat this in one more turn.
I'm
We'll
glad you feel
find
that way.
out next time on Total Party Kill as the battle at the Hag's Hovel rages on. They have bloodied the Hag, they have bloodied the Wellgrick, but those creatures have dealt a lot of damage, and this has not been an enjoyable stop on their road trip to the spring, the Eternal Spring. And what horrors await them there, deeper within the woods? What of Malar, the Beastmaster? Things could go poorly for our adventurers here. Our poor adventurers who just got trapped in a book, not looking for any trouble. Tune in next time to find out what happens on Total Party Kill. The end.
All right, I'm leaving myself a note. For Tata
I'm stopping
is
my
doing-
recording now.
Okay. Yes.
Yes, stopping.
I say we skip whatever's in the second building. Let's
Yeah,
just keep
sure.
walking.
It's like
Go.
just go back to that
North.
owl thing and say, you're
Yeah.
on your own. Sorry.
Yikes.
Live streams at Bootleg. Thank you for listening. We will hopefully be back on a Saturday sometime in the next couple of weeks. You can always check the Incomparable live show calendar to know when that is once we figure it out, which we will do shortly. So, bye,
Yes.
nerds.
Bye.
Bye.